We're so glad you stayed with us for the news. And in our first story, no charge of murder has been filed by the Ghana Police Service against the 6 persons being held over the death of slain soldier Imoro Ibrahim. The 6 made their first appearance in court on Monday. 2 of them were named in an official police statement as persons who attacked the deceased soldier with the aim of stealing his phone and backpack. Court correspondent Joseph Akakpo has more.
2 of the accused persons, Samuel Tete and Abubakar Sadiq, have been slapped with the charges of conspiracy to commit crime, namely robbery, and the charge of robbery itself. They are alleged to have accosted the soldier and attempted to rob him of his mobile phone and backpack. The 4 others, Ibrahim Abdul Rakib, Safiano Musa, Yusuf Mohammed, and Abdul Gafaru, are facing the charge of dishonestly receiving. Ibrahim Abdul Rakib is alleged to have purchased the phone of the deceased at a price of 300 cedis. He subsequently sold the phone for 350 cedis. The police say Safiano is being evasive as to the whereabouts of the phone and claims to have sold it to Yusuf Mohammed for 500 cedis and later to Abdul Gafaru Abdul Karim. The police says investigations are ongoing to attempt to recover the phone. All accused persons pleaded not guilty to these charges and were denied bail by the court. This was after they had failed to indicate to the court where exactly they resided at Ashaiman. Lawyer for 4 of the accused persons, however, has some concerns about the processes so far.
There is no iota of evidence brought to the court today to even warrant charging my clients with the offense of murder. Not even the robbery that the first and second accused persons were charged. So my client was simply charged for the offense of dishonest receiving, and it's simply because the police or the prosecution is saying that some of the phones believed to be owned by the late Sheriff Imoro were sold to my clients. And this is a situation that any of us can fall victim to, especially if you don't buy phones from the shops. You can be there, they will come and sell any item to you. That is what is landing them in this situation. But let no one take them as murderers. No. Thank you.
You placed an application for bail for them by the court.
Yeah, we knew from the onset that it was going to be a tough one. Remember, this case has so much public interest in it. And so on the first day, it's always difficult.
The case is back in court on 27th March 2023.
On to health now, and some public health nurses are asking nursing mothers yet to vaccinate their babies to do so as soon as possible. This follows the arrival of some key vaccines for babies. Ghana recorded a shortage of these vaccines earlier, a situation public health experts said could have dire consequences. Hannah Odame was out to check on the vaccination exercise after Ghana took delivery of 3 essential vaccines.
It's a little over 9 a.m. here at the Adabraka Polyclinic, and I've been told by the public health nurse here at the Child Welfare Clinic that about 15 parents, 15 mothers, I should say, have already been here to vaccinate their children against any of the childhood killer diseases. And the parents, she told me, are excited. I spoke to one of them, Mamiesi, and she's overjoyed, but then she had a caution for government.
Say I don't be aba me boy eba ho ban cause ne bi no de ne haye pa ba se nyam na eda na se ma bi nsan si bium da emba de bia emai.
This is the place where your child will be vaccinated when you come. All the vaccines that were in short supply this morning, they received all of them. Public health nurse Patricia is urging parents to bring their children.
We are all urging all mothers around to just take the opportunity and then troop in, especially those who weren't able to get their previous vaccines. Please, we urge them to join any facility around them nearby and then take their vaccines, just to protect their kids also.
We are heading over to the Mamubi Polyclinic to also ascertain how parents are gathering to vaccinate their children. Mothers here at the Mamubi General Hospital are reiterating the same things that mothers at the Adabraka Polyclinic said. They say they do not want to experience the anxiety and uncertainty they had to deal with when the vaccines were in short supply.
Last month, I came here and the nurse said the polio is finished. So she gave us the next date, 13th of this month, that's today. So we came here to take it, and I'm very happy. I want to tell them it's very necessary for our children. So anytime it's short, they should bring it for us.
Oh, time na a short na ya be dida. Nti yet no na feel say bia na ye ne beso no na ya beba na asa. Nti ye da ban asese odi biaba. Ma ebi nsi say vaccines ne ebesa. Because nkwala no so mu here.
One interesting thing happening here at the Mamubi General Hospital is how the public health nurses are urging the mothers who have come for the vaccines today to also go tell their friends, their fellow mothers, that the vaccines are in, so they should come. It's a rigorous campaign ongoing here, and the superintendent is Awo Pokwa.
Oh, as for Mamubi, we were fortunate to have the vaccines, with the exception of polio. And now today, the disease control officer just arrived with the polio. So even mothers who were living, we called them back and dropped the polio. And we've told them to ask mothers in their communities who are due for the polio, but when they came, there was shortage, so that they bring them. If not, the next month when they come for the next appointment, we'll drop the polio. We are very excited because with these vaccines, if the babies they didn't get it, we know what happens. There will be outbreak. So now that the polio has arrived, sure, 100% sure, 100% happy.
For Joy News, I am Hannah Odame.
Let's talk security now. And the family of a 27-year-old allegedly killed by the police in Wa wants the Interior and Upper West Regional Ministers to institute an independent committee to look into the issue. Abubakar Shahid was allegedly killed by the police last Wednesday, sparking protests from family members and friends. Family spokesperson Mohammed Kalusha says the reasons given by the police for their action are not tenable. Rafiq Salam now reports.
Family members of 27-year-old Abubakar Shahid, allegedly killed by police personnel from the anti-robbery unit, are yet to come to terms on what might have been his crime for him to be killed in that gruesome manner. The Dondolo community is now enveloped by grief, tension, and uncontrollable anger directed at the police.
So we want to tell our leaders in Wa and in the whole region that they should wake up, especially our member of parliament, Interior Minister, the MCU of Wa. They should call these people to order and let them know that they came here to rule the town. We are not cowards and we can never be intimidated. Never. We can never be intimidated. They should mark our words. We are not just talking. A lot of people in this community seeing me talking like this, they are surprising talking like this. We mean business and we will take actions very soon if the law court or the Ghana Police Service do not come to our aid to fight justice for our brother.
To add to the woes of the family, his senior brother, Isa Isaku, upon hearing the death of Shahid, took ill, leading to his death. Both of them have since been buried under strict Islamic tradition. His aged father is sick, bedridden, and speech slurred. His mother, Zainabu Abu, is visually impaired and says she and the sick husband depends on Shahid for their survival. I am sitting here blind. If I want anything, Shahid is the one I call to do it for me. Now that he is not there, who will do my errands for me? I've been unfairly treated and robbed of my son. Her tear-eyed octogenarian auntie, Barkis Yusaku, says she's been having nightmares and running stomach ever since she was informed about the death of her nephew. I was in my room when I heard some loud noise outside and I came out to ask, only to be told of his death. I asked whether it was through car or motor accident. They said no, but that he was killed by the police. My body began to shiver, and ever since I've been running diarrhea. The family swore They will not let sleeping dogs lie until there is justice for Abubakar Shahid. The family, after the 3-day adua attended by Muslim clerics, close family members, friends and sympathizers, held a press conference which they say is to set the record straight in order to delink the deceased from the armed robbery tag labeled on him by the police. Spokesperson for the family, Mohammed Tamim Mukalusa, stated that the deceased last Wednesday late evening left home to visit his friend and teacher at Tembleju, a suburb of Wa, and about 200 meters away from Nasser Jahan Ahmadiyya Teacher Training College, as part of his daily routine to visit and transport his friend and teacher on motorbike to Watown, where he had another residence around Dondoli, a suburb of Wa Township.
Upon spotting Shahid on his motorbike, riding towards the direction of the police shot him in the abdomen and lower right arm. When Shahid's friend heard the gunshot, he quickly called him on phone to warn him of gunshot he heard around Tembilejo, and that if he is not closer, he should return home until calm is restored to the area.
The family denied the assertion of the police that the deceased was an armed robber and demands apology from them.
We want to categorically state that, contrary to the statement by the police, Shahid is not an armed robber and has never stolen before in his entire lifetime. The masses of the people of the community gathered here to mourn the deceased is a testimony to that fact.
The family further made the following demands that includes the setting up of an independent committee to look into the issue.
The police should also reach out to the family and take steps to find an amicable solution to the matter. 3. His motorbike and mobile phone, which are still in custody of the police, and which motorbike we do see the police anti-robbery unit members riding around town, should immediately be released to the family.
Now, some residents of Abwabo in the Asokore Mampong municipality have vowed to resist attempts by politicians to use them for parochial gains. They say the youth in the area remain jobless and in poverty despite sacrificing their lives for politicians. There is more in this report.
The residents walk through the principal streets of Abwabo amid singing and dancing to launch the homecoming events. Over the years, Abwabo in Kumasi has been in the news for negative reasons, especially political violence. Politicians take advantage of the joblessness and low level of education of the youth to indulge them in all forms of dubious activities. The youth are not happy with the high level of poverty and poor spat of development in the community.
Ababu is a home poverty area. There are a lot of slums in Ababu, so we lack education. So you hardly see a graduate in Ababu for the past 10 years. Until recently, that we are able to come out with some graduates who have been occupying some of the government positions. So due to lack of education and job opportunities, people find it difficult to survive in this community. So they do all sorts of crimes to at least survive.
The youth of Abu have always been used as a political tool, and it all comes back to education. Because these same politicians that comes out and use them as a political tool have also got children, they have got families, not having good education. You understand? So I don't see the reason why they should be used all the time as a political tool. So I go to my Ababu people is to also start using their head, start thinking. They are also human beings. They can be in the same position as where the politicians' family are.
To change the narrative, leadership of the youth, both local and diaspora, have teamed to offer skill training to the unemployed youth. Community leaders have started the advocacy on the importance of education and the need to shun the negative drive of politicians.
So this about homecoming is about those in diaspora to come home, to support the needy one, to finance them, get quality education, get a job for them, to be able to at least have a resourceful source of income.
Leader of the group, Alhaji Shiraj, wants the government to prioritize job creation, which is threatening the security of the nation.
The problem has always been the same. The youth have not been offered a job. That's what they need. That's basically the truth of the matter. All they need is a job. They have not been given a job. So sometimes it makes it so difficult for them to even know what they are doing. So that is our main problem. So we are appealing to the government to make job available to the youth so that they can be useful to the society.
For Joy News, Ewuku Male's report read to you.
But that's our recap of the news. Stay with us. The news review up next with energy analyst Kojo Poku.